What happens when a community's sense of safety is shattered overnight? When a young life, full of promise, is snatched away in the quiet hours, leaving behind a devastated family and a city on edge? In today's episode, we delve into the tragic story of Brianna Denison, a 19-year-old student whose life was brutally cut short in Reno, Nevada. Her disappearance and the subsequent investigation uncovered chilling details that left the city reeling and sparked a relentless pursuit of justice. How did an ordinary college town become the site of such horror? And how did Priyan's family and the Reno community come together to find answers? Brianna Denison was a 19-year-old college student from Reno, Nevada, described by her friends and family as kind-hearted, fun-loving, and full of life. Brianna was a beloved daughter, sister, and friend. At the time, she was attending Santa Barbara City College in California, but she returned home to Reno for the winter break in January of 2008. She looked forward to spending time with her family and friends before heading back to school. Little did anyone know that her visit home would take a tragic turn. On the night of January 19, 2008, Brianna attended a party with her close friends. Later, she decided to spend the night at her friend's house, which was located near the University of Nevada, Reno campus. They stayed up talking, laughing, and catching up before eventually falling asleep. Brianna took the couch in the living room, while her friend went to sleep in a separate bedroom. It was a seemingly normal and uneventful night. But when her friend woke up the next morning, she found something alarming. Brianna was nowhere to be found. Instead, a small and dark stain was left on the pillow where Brianna had been sleeping, and her cell phone, shoes, and purse were left behind. Concerned and confused, her friend quickly called Brianna's family, who in turn reported her missing to the police. It wasn't long before the realization set in. Brianna had likely been taken against her will.
Back, it's been nearly now a month since California college student Brianna Denison disappeared in Reno. Investigators say they think she was kidnapped from the home of a friend. They found what appears to be blood on a pillow she had slept on. And they say
Bree is 19-year-old Brianna Denison, a college student who went to a concert and a party in downtown Reno Saturday. She spent the night on a couch at her friend's house. But by early, this flyer says it all. 19-year-old college student Brianna Denison is missing in Reno, Nevada. Police say it's a case of suspected kidnapping. It's a case that's rattled students at a local university.
There are some girls in our sorority house that were close to her and knew her. And
The search for Brianna Denison began immediately, and the entire Reno community rallied to find her. Family, friends, and even strangers joined search efforts, hanging missing person posters and looking for any signs of where she might be. Investigators worked tirelessly, quickly gathering evidence from the scene. The dark stain on Brianna's pillow was tested, and later it confirmed everyone's worst fear. It was blood, and it was her blood. Forensic teams combed through the house, and chillingly, they found a small piece of evidence that would later become key, a partial DNA sample. And it was left by an unknown individual, and it pointed to something much more terrifying, a possible serial predator. As the days turned into weeks, hope began to fade. The community held vigils, praying for Brianna's safe return, but as time passed, they began to fear the worst. On February 15 of 2008, nearly a month after she disappeared, a devastating discovery was made. Brianna's body was found in a field, covered in snow, about 8 miles from her friend's house. An autopsy confirmed that Brianna had been sexually assaulted and strangled. The community's fears had come true. The news sent shock waves through Reno and beyond. People were heartbroken, and Brianna's family was devastated. Yet, amidst the grief, a determination emerged. They would find the person responsible for this heinous act and bring them to justice. With the case now classified as a homicide, police focused all their efforts on tracking down Brianna's killer. The DNA sample collected from the scene was run through national databases, but there was no immediate match. Frustrated, but undeterred, detectives continued their investigation, re examining other unsolved cases in the area. They soon found a chilling connection. Brianna's case bore striking similarities to other attacks in Reno near the University of Nevada campus. In each instance, a man had broken into homes and attempted to sexual assault young women. However, those victims had managed to escape. It became clear that Brianna's killer may have been the same man responsible for these earlier attacks, but without a match in the database, detectives had to rely on other methods. Composite sketches were released, and law enforcement worked tirelessly, following every possible lead. Then, in late 2008, a breakthrough occurred. A man named James Biela, a 27-year-old former Marine and construction worker, became a person of interest after his girlfriend reported suspicious behavior. When authorities obtained his DNA sample, they found an exact match to the DNA from Brianna's case. After months of searching, they had finally identified their suspect. James Biela was arrested and charged with the sexual assault and murder of Brianna Denison, as well as other attempted assaults near the university. His trial began in 2010, and the evidence against him was overwhelming. The DNA evidence, combined with the testimonies from previous victims and the disturbing similarities in the attacks, painted a damning picture. Baylor's defense argued that the DNA evidence could have been compromised, but the jury remained unconvinced. After a painful trial that saw Brianna's family and friends reliving the traumatic events, Baylor was found guilty of Brianna's murder and the related assaults. He was sentenced to death, bringing some measure of closure to Brianna's family, although no punishment could truly heal the loss they had suffered. The tragic loss of Brianna Denison left an indelible mark on Reno community. But out of this tragedy came a movement to improve safety and prevent similar crimes in the future. Brianna's family worked tirelessly to honor her memory, advocating for greater protections for students and increased awareness of violence against women. In Brianna's memory, the Brianna Denison Foundation was created, aiming to support the families of other missing persons and advocate for improved safety measures on college campuses. Her case also led to the establishment of the Brianna Denison Campus Safety Bill in Nevada, mandating safety improvements on college campuses to help protect young women and prevent further tragedies. Though Brianna's life was taken far too short, her legacy lives on through the lives she continues to protect. The story of Brianna Denison is a tragic reminder of the darkness that can sometimes infiltrate even the safest places. Her life, filled with love, promise, and potential, was stolen by a senseless act of violence. But in the wake of her loss, her family, friends, and community have fought to ensure that her death was not in vain. Today, her legacy serves as a beacon of hope and a reminder to cherish, protect, and stand up for the ones we love. Thank you for joining me on this journey through another case. Remember, these stories we cover aren't just tales of mystery, they are real lives impacted by tragedy. If you found this case insightful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into true crime. Stay safe, stay aware, and remember, sometimes the darkest places can be closer than we think. Until next time.